Hello everyone, welcome to the next episode on ABAP on Cloud Training. In the last episode, we talked about the basics of SAP Cloud Platform, and we have also saw the structure of SAP Cloud Foundry accounts. SAP Cloud Foundry organization structure is mainly structured into three areas. One is the global account. The global account is the place where SAP will decide the pricing for the services which they offering you in the SAP platform as a service account. The global account can contain multiple sub-accounts as sub-account is created by administrator. So once you buy the SAP Cloud Platform subscription, SAP will create a global account and give it to you. Now your administrator would connect to the global account, and in that global account, they can create as many sub-accounts as they want. A sub-account is of either type Neo, which is actually have infrastructure as SAP itself, or it is of type Cloud Foundry, which has three types of infrastructures to choose from, either Amazon, GCP, or Azure. Now the sub account is different to offer different variety of services. Not all sub account offers all services. For example, yesterday we saw where to check which services each of the sub account offers, and we found out the machine learning service was only offered by Cloud Foundry with AWS in Europe Frankfurt area, the data center. So this is the way administrator would decide which are all the types of sub accounts they want to create. There is no charge or fees to create sub account. Of course, there is always a fees and charge based on the global account and the services which you opt for. Then we created a sub account, and then that sub account we have to create a service plan. In the service plan, you will take out the total amount of available services, out of which you will take out some of the services to assign to your sub account. So let me quickly go back to our cloud platform cockpit using my incognito window. So the URL is cloudplatform.sap.com, and that's where we can go ahead and connect to our account. And now I can click on to my trial, and I will pass in my passwords for the account created yesterday. So it was Anubhav OC about on cloud. Just connect to my account. So it's logging in into our SAP Cloud Platform cockpit, and from there we will jump to our trial account, which is nothing but a global account. You can see this is a global account. Yeah. Now in this global account, automatically I am myself, this user ID is the administrator, and this contains a sub account. You can go ahead and check all the total amount of services which are assigned by SAP to this trial account. These are all the total amount of services which SAP is offering in the trial. So you can find that ABAP is also offered as one of the service, and you can run maximum one instance of ABAP at this point of time, because that's the quota assigned to you, your main global account. SAP will charge you against the global account. So for example, if you want to run 5 different ABAP trial instance for 5 different teams, you have to buy the subscription for ABAP trial for 5 quota assignments, and then you as an administrator can create 5 sub accounts for each of the team in your company and assign each one of them as one quota, one plan, right? So this is how your pricing and overall administration will be done. Whole of this activity which we are doing is called DevOps activity, and also the process which we are following here is called developer onboarding process. All right, let's go back to the sub accounts. And yesterday we created one sub account. We also observed that when we create now a global account, system is also automatically creating a Neo sub account for us. Okay, which is not visible here directly, but yet it's created, because you can see that when I connect it, system has got me a web IDE access, and web IDE as a service is only available in the Neo account. Okay, so this is not directly visible, yet you can access your Neo account from the cloud platform cockpit. Now I will switch to our cloud platform sub account. So all the total amount of services which SAP offer to the global account, we can distribute and assign what services are relevant for this sub account or this team in my company. And for that, I have to go and add entitlements. And in this, I have to configure something called entitlements. Just click on configure entitlements. And now here I have to create a service plan. You can see here we have to add a service plan. And in this service plan, you see there are different types of services which are totally offered to my global account. I can take them up and assign them to my sub account. So maybe I can choose here, for example, ABAP, and you see ABAP, and we already did that assignment. Together with that, after the class, I went ahead and I have also assigned some more services. So for example, integration suite, I have assigned API management service, connectivity service, destination service, messaging service, and process integration runtime service. Together with that, I went ahead and also assign some more services. Let me just show you quickly. Those are basically application runtime services to create some applications that also I had assigned it. So in the foundation section, very important, please go ahead and also assign this services for HTML5 application runtime, a very important service. This actually gets you the memory. Okay, this gets you the memory to store your programs, store your runtime artifacts, like a Java program, like a Node.js program, like an XSJS program. Assign that. Also went to the data management and assign HANA DB service. So just go back to the data driven insight and you see SAP HANA service, also assign that. Together with that, since we wanted to just experience machine learning, we have also get and added the machine learning service for Leonardo Machine Learning Foundation Beta. That also we have added all here. So guys, with that we are complete. This service plan was created and now you have got that service plan assigned already here to your sub account. As a result of that, now my sub account is equipped and loaded with the services which I can now use. Basically all the members of this sub account can use. So now you can add members, basically all the developers who will be willing to work with you in this particular team, in this particular sub account. So this is the way you can organize your complete end-to-end infrastructure in Cloud Foundry, okay, or in SAP Cloud Platform. So you will have global account. Under that, you as an administrator can create multiple sub accounts, and each of the sub accounts you will go ahead and add members, those who are pertaining to a particular job. For example, I created two sub accounts, one for machine learning and one for ABAP. So all the developers which are working on ABAP, I will assign the members in that sub account, and all the people who are working on machine learning, data scientist, I will assign to another sub account those members. So that way they will only be able to see the sub accounts pertaining to their area of expertise, not everything in the system. And now going back, we go to spaces. Spaces is also very important. So suppose now a development team has got an access to a sub account. Now they want to do development, they want to do testing, and they want to do also productize this application which they are developing. So in that case, we have a dev, quality, and production out here. So now what we'll do is I will just go to the dev. I've created a space, click on create space. And now this development space will not ideally have anything inside until or unless you assign also a quota plan. So quota plan is mainly for your dev space or your space. Entitlement is mainly for your sub account. So I have to go and first create a quota plan. Yesterday we did that. So we created a new quota plan, and in that quota plan then I have also got this or quota for the memory, for routes, services, instance memory, app instances. So I've given the full quota. Basically, you should never do that. You will give less quota to your dev, then even less quota to your quality, and then high quota out of available resources to your production system, because that's where you want a maximum performance out of SAP system. So that, but right now, just for demonstration purpose and the learning purpose, I have assigned the maximum quota, the memory, the routes, services, instances, and app instances to our quota plan. And now this quota plan is immediately assigned to the dev quota. The dev quota, you can see the dev space. I've assigned this quota plan. Once this activity is done, we go back to the spaces, and of course we have created a space here, dev quota. I go inside, and right now there is no application. There's no application at all. There is nothing we've done. It's completely plain vanilla. It's all empty. There are no service instances running. If I go to service instances, you see there's nothing running. Now suppose you want to develop something on ABAP. You are an ABAP developer and you want to develop something on cloud. As we discussed in yesterday's class, cloud platform, there are 4 tracks. Either you build something, integrate, extend, or adopt. So we want to build a new SAP application altogether from scratch. How do we achieve that? To build an application from scratch, you go with the track number 1. Now to go with the track number 1, what is the essential part of it? The essential is either you have to have first of all an instance or an ABAP runtime running in the cloud who can understand when what you are writing, who can compile your ABAP code. You cannot run ABAP program on a notepad because notepad is not an engine which can understand your ABAP program. You cannot run a C program in a notepad because you need C compiler, and that C compiler is technically the one who understands the C programming. Similarly, you cannot run a program here ABAP program here without actually an ABAP instance running, right? You need ABAP as a runtime. You need ABAP services to be activated who can take your program, activate your program and execute your program. So that's very, very important. So basically you need complete, of course, infrastructure is there. You need a platform to run the ABAP services so that when I write an ABAP program, this ABAP class or ABAP report can actually understand or run on this platform. So let's go ahead and see how can we create now an instance for ABAP runtime services. So I will go to the service marketplace, and now here you see different variety of services which are currently available for me in this Cloud Foundry account, sub account. I can go to the ABAP trial, and you can see here there is a documentation link. You can quickly go and understand what this ABAP trial is all about, the complete end-to-end documentation, absolutely free. The time is gone, guys, where we used to search for SAP BC documents and ask your friend to somehow blackmail or smuggle the documents from SAP world somewhere, or buy those pay those heavy fees for buying those documentation for things. It's now all available on help.sap.com, free. Yes, guys, absolutely free. It's available on help.sap.com, complete documentation. Even those who work on SAP UI5 with us, you know that complete SAP UI5 documentation is now available on sapui5.hana.onlybat.com. Complete end-to-end documentation on SAP UI5 is here. You see, you don't have to pay to anybody for any documents, and never rely on PDFs. Those PDFs, they're like maybe outdated. Always believe on the latest and greatest document on help.sap.com or on the corresponding document sites for each of the product which they have. For example, if you're working on S4 HANA, we also have dedicated S4 HANA documentation. So help.sap.com, again, you can just go to and I can say /S4. Hopefully this will show up. Just search for S4 HANA and you'll find complete S4 HANA end-to-end documentation. You see S4 HANA MBA Analytics, SAP ERP S4, SAP S4 HANA, you see. So here you will find complete the documentations. So I'll just quickly pass my password. Complete documentation is available for you here on SAP Help portal, help.sap.com. Okay. So right now it's not showing. I don't know why. But ideally, if you have a P user ID, you can also access the complete documentation. So now here we have got this instance, and you see they're also guiding us what is a org space, what is a trial service, what is a trial account. You see they're guiding with everything here in this documentation. So you can also see getting started with customer account, how to create a trial account, what is create your first console, ABAP console application. So a lot of these things are there. ABAP journeys, you see ABAP journeys. There are tutorials on this. This is the place where even I learn from, guys. I don't learn from some prophecy, or I don't learn from some external books. I learn all it from internet. Either it's some videos or some sessions which I do attend on different events, or when I go to TechEd. I attended the last TechEd in Dallas, so there I have learned a lot about it. I do research a lot of material on SDN, on CDN, and then all of these places, the publicly available material which is there out there. I just grasp that material, I collect that all together, I synchronize them all together in line by line, step by step, in a sequential flow, and that's when I present it to you, the complete end-to-end course. So this is my strategy of learning. If of course you have that much of patience and time to find out each and every single material in the relevant and the latest material, you don't need to even attend my courses. You can straight away go ahead and plan your learning right away yourself. But the problem is everything is distributed. It takes a lot more time for you guys to do that. So that's where I come into picture. I would do it for you, and then you get everything centrally at one single place. All right, let's come back, close this documentation. I'll switch to the instance, and now here we will create a new instance, and voila, you see now the button is there. Yesterday it was not there, so I click on this new instance, and of course it's a shared plan. What does it mean? It means that this ABAP instance which you're creating, basically it's going to just create a user for you in the ABAP system in the cloud. It is not going to create a new system altogether for you, because it's a shared plan. Shared plan means you are not alone in the system. That's the kind of plan right now SAP is offering in the trial. Probably in the productive SAP Cloud Platform account, they can give you a dedicated instance of ABAP system where you are alone with your team for your company. For trial purpose, this is a shared one which SAP is offering in the cloud platform. No problem, I'm just gonna go next. And now it is asking me to enter my email ID, which is mandatory to be able to register for this trial. So we'll enter our new email ID abaponcloud@gmail.com, and I will click on next button. And now it's asking me to assign any application. If you have, I don't have right now, I just say next. And now it's asking me to create an instance name. This instance name can be anything. Typically I will use Anubhav AOC. Okay, so now I can click on finish, and you would see a new trial instance is going to get created for you. Awesome, you see it's created. Basically what it did behind the scene, just try to understand what's happening. So there is a computer which Amazon is provided to SAP. So we don't get a direct access as a developer to this computer from our account. So this is you, and you will not get a direct access to this Amazon computer. There is something as an infrastructure called AWS which is there, which SAP has purchased from Amazon. So they are now not, in this case, not using their own infrastructure. They have bought some rented out some computer, a very heavyweight computer from Amazon. You won't get a direct access to this computer, because if they give you, then there's a security vulnerability. So they will not give you this access. Rather, they are saying you directly talk to platform, and we will manage everything with this AWS account. This is what they are saying. So now you are accessing SAP Cloud Platform as a service, which is SAP. There you created an instance. Already SAP have set up the complete SAP server in this Amazon account. Here they have installed this complete basis, basically the lightweight version. We call it as ABAP platform, to be very precise. It's no more the basis, it's ABAP platform. We call it as ABAP platform. So they have installed ABAP platform in this Amazon account. And now this ABAP platform is available to you by the help of platform as a service. The moment you create a trial instance here, it's just creating an user in this ABAP platform system. Okay, and it's showing that system is available for you here. Now how do you connect to this system? That's our next step will be, right? To connect this, there is a need of a service key. Service key basically allows your local laptop, your local computer, to talk to this instance in the cloud platform. So that's what it does. So let's go ahead and now see what is that we are going to do. So SAP has something called complete. Let's call this complete box as IaaS plus PaaS. So this is your complete box. It's a black box for you. Don't have to worry about it. SAP is doing it out of the box for you. Remember, you are not going to develop platform. You are going to develop on top of platform. Please understand that statement was so important. You are not developing platform, you are not building platform, you are building on top of platform. Okay, so the platform is a black box. You don't need to know how the platform itself is working. Okay, you are not developing SAP cloud platform, you're developing on top of it. So we have got an instance here. SAP system is there. Just imagine a SAP system like in your company, and this ABAP system is available now in this, and there is a user which is created for you in this system. This is a user which is created for you. So let's say user is created. Now how do you access this SAP system? From your local machine. This is your local machine, your laptop, your personal laptop. From here, how do you talk and connect to the system? So one question to all of you: how do you connect to an SAP system in your company? What do you use to connect to any SAP system in your company? If you're working in ABAP as an ABAP developer, what is that you are using to talk to this SAP system in your company? You are using SAP GUI, right? Now coming to the first restriction. So let me note down here the limitations, or I would say restrictions. Guys, by the way, this product which SAP is released in SAP Cloud Platform is called SAP Cloud Platform ABAP environment. Okay, what is it called? SAP Cloud Platform ABAP environment. So next time when you are talking to somebody, you should say this is the product name, SAP Cloud Platform ABAP environment. So SAP Cloud Platform ABAP environment is what? It is an offering of ABAP as a service, which has limited capability. So basically, the very first thing comes is Anubhav, why it's a limited capability. Reason is you are not allowed or free to do everything here. Okay, let me tell you what are all the limited capabilities. Why? What are all it's limiting to you? Okay, and why still even it's limited? It's useful for us. What is the main reason? You need to understand that essence. By the way, the internal SAP project code name for this is called Steampunk. This is the internal project name. So every company, they run a lot of projects, right? And sometimes it's very difficult to pronounce this complete name. So the internal SAP Labs project name is Steampunk. Now you say, Anubhav, are you working with SAP? How do you know that this is the name? I have read on internet actually. So if you go back, SAP ABAP. If you just search that, you would find there is a blog. It's Steampunk now. You see, there is a blog which was written in August 2019 by the product owner of this team. It's called Steampunk. Okay, what does the Steampunk means? It means old things mixed up, traditional things mixed up with the modern things. Okay, so old and modern things both are mixed up together, and that's what becomes that's what the name is, Steampunk. Okay, so this is what the history about it. They have told all of this. You see, only 1 year Steampunk has grown well. I would say this blog is a short summary of what happened so far. So this is where they've explained completely about this SAP Cloud Platform journey with ABAP, RESTful programming model. So this is what they've told. Anyway, don't worry about it. I'm going to show you all of these capabilities here. So now here it's a limited capabilities. Okay, limited capabilities, and it's simplified, and it use ABAP RESTful programming model always. So there are a lot of benefits you get it with this particular product, with this particular solution what SAP is offering. I'll also put the good read, will be inspired by reading this blog, I'm so sure. I was very happy when I read this blog. So this is the internal project name. So now some of you will, these things are not basically helping you, but these things are help you in kind of a way to impress your manager. Do you know what is the internal SAP project name for this? Then you can impress them. These are just impressive things. There's nothing really useful for us. I don't know what they keep. It doesn't matter for me, right? So now, what are these limited capabilities? The first capability here, the limited capabilities, we cannot use SAP to connect to the system. This is the first limitation. Second limitation, we do not have control to add or to install patches and add-ons. So in your on-premise system where your company is owning the hardware, you are free to install anything. You download an S Note, you install a S Note, you go to service marketplace, you got some add-on, you bring that add-on and you install that. So these are all the capabilities, you don't get it here. Okay, it's a ABAP platform to be able to develop something from scratch, or you can then use it for extension. That's the main scenario it is focused on. It is not focused for you to build a complete product out here utilizing standard SAP tables. So basically it is not an environment of any SAP ERP solutions. So basically, if you start thinking that, can I get access to VK table? Can I get access to Mara table? No, guys, it's not an ERP environment. It's not an SAP solution. It's not an S4 solution. It's not an ECC solution. It's just ABAP platform to be able to build ABAP related artifacts. If you are an ABAPer, you can utilize this to build new things, track 1, and extend existing things, track 3. Extend, I mean, you to extend also, you cannot simply go to the system and extend a tardy table or append include. Cannot do that. All the ABAP dictionary objects are marked as non-released. Wow, this line is very important. What does it mean? All the above dictionary objects are marked non-released. So in SAP world, there is a concept of released objects and not released objects. Okay, released objects means this object which is marked as released, you can go ahead and do an append include. Have you done append include in your life, guys, with above tables? If SAP delivered a standard table, you can go ahead and use that table in your programs. You can go ahead and extend that table by doing append include. Almost everything is a free hand for you when you are working on on-premise system. But here SAP has marked all their standard tables as non-released. Non-released means you cannot go ahead and change or append include in a table. Okay, so if I just quickly go back and I will show you in a minute about this line. Let me mark this as a red. So I will show you this why I'm saying it's a why it's not a released state, which means not a single DDC object you can change. Ultimately what it spans out is not a single DDC object you are allowed to change. You are not allowed to touch DDC. Even some cases you are not allowed to use any table which is available in the system. Yes, guys. Then you say, Anubhav, what is the use then? The use is, if you are building a new product, you have to build your database tables on your own from scratch. And the ones which you will build for your product, you are free to do anything you like. But you cannot touch the standard SAP delivered tables in this environment. Not at all. Okay. Yet you may think, Anubhav, there are so many restrictions. How will I build then? How will I do things? Don't worry. I'm here to show you all the possible scenarios in coming days. Okay. You will be able to do it. There's a question. Can you extend CDS views? No, you cannot. But yes, you can if those are custom CDS view which you are building in this product. If you are building custom CDS view, you can extend them. But when it comes to standard SAP CDS view, you don't need to. And guys, you don't need to. Trust me. You may think, Anubhav, there are too many restrictions, but you don't need to actually worry about it, because SAP's actual product is S4HANA. Your company must have bought a solution like S4HANA. Okay. Your company already would have bought a solution like S4HANA. You will do all that stuff there. Suppose you want to do custom CDS view, extending a custom CDS view, you will do in S4HANA. For that, why are you learning ABAP on cloud? You should learn ABAP on HANA training of mine, where I've taught how to extend a standard CDS view, how to work with standard objects, how to do append include. All that is done in S4HANA. That's the product. That's what it's meant for. This product about Steampunk is not meant for you to do the changes in the standard objects. It's actually a lightweight version of our platform. Yet it has a lot of use cases which we will be learning in coming days as part of our course. So stay tuned. We will see those use cases soon. Now, all the ABAP dictionary objects are marked not released. I will show you that in a second in the system. SAP's actual product is S4HANA. So all the extensions, the classical extensions, the bodies, and all that's the user exit, menu exit extensions will be carried out in S4 itself. Why do you need to do that? But when you say, but what is track 3 then? You just mentioned that you can extend. Extension, I mean, you can extend the applications, which we will be learning in this course. I will show you that. How can you do achieve that? So are you clear with some of these limitations of this product, ABAP environment in cloud platform of Steampunk? I hope you're clear with these limitations. So you are not free to do everything the way you can do it in an S4 HANA on-premise system, the way you do it in ECC system, yet it's a limited capability. Still, it's very powerful. So then the question comes, Anubhav, if I cannot use SAP GUI, how will I connect to the system which you're creating? So we have only one tool to connect or allow connection to that system is using Eclipse environment. Can be used to connect to ABAP environment in SAP Cloud Platform. See, it's very difficult to pronounce this big name. So that's why we call it as Steampunk. It's a very big name, yeah? So that's why we call it Steampunk. So to connect to Steampunk, you need Eclipse environment, which can be used to connect to your ABAP environment in SAP Cloud Platform. Now, before we do that, let's complete our installation of instance. So you see this instance has been created. Now you can see this instance here. I click on an instance and now I go inside our instance. So you see referencing app, there is no referencing app at this moment. We go to service keys, and now in the service keys you have to first create a service key to be able to connect from the client tools. Client tool, I mean Eclipse environment. I will also show Eclipse environment where to get it from. So just stay tuned for that. So now I click on create a service key and I will give a service key name. So I will give the service key name as, let's say, ABAP on Steampunk. The service key name is unique to an instance. Okay, if you have 20 instances, each instance will have its own unique service key. So Steampunk hyphen service key, and I click on save. Now you'll see a service key will get generated. It's a very confidential information. That's why immediately I scroll down and this is my service key. So that's all. Your instance creation step is complete. You have successfully created a trial instance of SAP Cloud Platform ABAP trial offering. And yes, you can delete an instance. Of course, you can go ahead and delete. Why should a customer go for cloud version when they do so much on S4 system? I will show you those use cases, Sushant, in this course. The first case, okay, very good question. Let me also answer that. Why would a customer of SAP would go for ABAP on cloud or Steampunk if they have if they can do S4, right? What is the reason? The first reason, guys, let's understand. This question is also very important. The first reason is you want your S4 to be stable. You don't want to make extensions, like for example, you want to create a Fiori app. You want to do extensions. You don't want to do extensions on S4 system. Extension, I mean the new applications which you want to build. You don't want those new applications to be built on S4 HANA, because if you're building something there, there is a chance you may disrupt something out there. So you want to make your S4 or your core stable. Remember the bimodal IT, one mode of running the company, stable mode, not much innovations. You need to get the main line running. So that's one reason. Many a times you might have heard that somebody had made some announcements or some extensions, because of that upgrade is breaking. That's the first reason why would a customer go with this. The next reason is innovation, speed of innovation. Can you tell me what is the release cycle of S4 HANA? After how much time you get your release, new functionality? What is the release cycle of SAP S4 HANA? And I'm talking about on-premise, of course. When I say S4 HANA, it's on-premise. Yes, it's yearly. The last release was 1809, and now we've got 1909. Now, can you wait this much to innovate? Can you wait this much to innovate? Is it possible for these days in a cutthroat competition for a company to wait this longer to innovate? You are out of competition by the time, right? So the clear strategy is cloud first strategy, where upgrade cycles are release cycle, I would say, not upgrades. Release cycles are quarterly, and this can be changed in future. There's no guarantee today it's quarterly. It can be changed to weekly or daily also. That is what something SAP may come up. I've recently attended one session where SAP is talking about daily release. Can you imagine a daily release? Which means innovations are going to reach to you much, much faster as compared to on-premise. The time is gone where you used to keep waiting for 1 year for new functionality. Why to do that? Why to do that? So even they see, guys, we are all using this system. I'm sure you would have subscribed to my ABAP on HANA training where we use this system S4 HANA 1809, right? See, we did not upgrade to 1909 till now. We are still on 1809, this on-premise system which you guys have got an access in my ABAP on HANA training. So we still have this old system. Even SAP has released 1909. I'm still on older version of S4. You know the reason of this? Do you know what is the reason I'm still on the old version? Though we planned an upgrade, why we still on 1809? What is the reason we are still on SAP S4 1809, which is, you see, 103? We are not on 104, though 104 is already out. The reason is we are finding a challenge. SAP some tool to download the latest patch. Yes, it's already released. There are some issues actually with 1909. That is the reason we are still not able to upgrade. It's already live. 1909 means September 2019 it would have been live already. 1809 means 2018-09 September it is already live. That's what 1909 means. You see, 1909 2019 September month. The next big release for OP will be 2009. Okay, and then 2109, a yearly release cycle, guys. That's what it means. It's already live, but when we download it with some tool, we for facing issues. So that's why we could not upgrade our system to 1909, though it's there available. Are you clear? So that's where the speed of innovation is kind of hampered. You have yearly cycles, so you cannot get that fast release. Okay, it's on premise. Yes, all are on premise. I'm not talking about S4 cloud here. S4 cloud will be quarterly release. So last release for S4 cloud was 1908. After that we have 1911. Then we have 2002. Then we have 2005. Then we have 2008. Then we have 2011. So this is the quarterly release cycle for S4 Cloud. Okay. Yet in S4 Cloud, you don't get SAP GUI access. So if your company is running on S4 Cloud, there is no way you get SAP GUI access, even S4 Cloud also. So how do you build the extensions? So products which are pure cloud, like S4 HANA Cloud. I'm not sure how many of you really work with or seen S4 Cloud systems. You don't get SAP GUI access. Don't even get, you can't even do things in S4 HANA what you can do with SAP. So in this case also need something extra. If somebody want to create new solutions, they have to go with SAP Cloud Platform. Guys, there are still capabilities which are offered, for example, custom fields, custom logic with S4 Cloud. You want to understand S4 Cloud, please subscribe my S4 Cloud course, S4 Cloud extension course. We are not covering that here. That's not our goal. Okay. So please understand, I cannot cover everything in one course. If you want to understand S4 Cloud extension scenarios, in-app extensions, please subscribe my S4 Cloud course. So the thing is here, there are limitations. You don't want to disrupt your S4. You want to run and bimodal IT. You don't want to wait for innovations, faster innovations to come. You want your team to foster the innovation faster. In that case, what choices do you have? And imagine there is no Java developer in your team. There's a lack of skill of Java. You have only ABAPers. So what do you do? Are you getting Sushant? Why would a company go for SAP Cloud Platform ABAP platform offering? These are all some of the reasons why would a company go, right? So can you extend CDS view in S4 Cloud? Yes, we can do that. You have to go and subscribe my S4 HANA Cloud extension course. You will understand that how can you do it, what extent we can do that. We can do that actually. All right. So this is what we have, guys. The reason why would a company need this? The reasons will be more clear when we will proceed further. So now Eclipse environment is what we have to use to be able to connect to our ABAP environment in SAP Cloud Platform, so called Steampunk. So now the first step is let's download and set up our Eclipse environment. So how do you do that? For that, the step-by-step description how to set up Eclipse. So somebody is also asking what is the advantage of ABAP on cloud. Over S4. Guys, ABAP on cloud is not a solution. It's not a product. It's not a ERP product. You cannot create sales order. You cannot create purchase order. You cannot create service contract. You cannot create an HR item, work item. You cannot do all that. You cannot create approve a workflow. You cannot create a leave request. You cannot create a timesheet. It's not a product. It's not a solution. S4 is the solution. S4 HANA is the product, like ECC. ABAP on cloud is just a cloud platform offering for developers to build solutions. Please understand. Please understand. It's not a solution. It is a platform to build solutions. S4 is solution. You cannot do approved timesheet with ABAP on cloud. It's just a bar player. Just a bar player for you to build ABAP programs. Yeah. S4 is the solution where you are getting the functionality. Companies will buy S4. Together with that, they will buy SAP Cloud Platform subscription so that they can extend S4 using ABAP on cloud with ABAP skill set. We will learn these scenarios in our coming days. So now, how to set up Eclipse? The very first step is we have to download the Eclipse. This is the place where you can get and download. So I'm going to go back and place that in the browser. And you can see here we are on ABAP. And if you can come down, guys, first important thing, please download and install Microsoft Visual C++ 2013. This is a prerequisite to install. So please, for Windows OS, those who are using this will be required. So prerequisite. Okay, this is the prerequisite, those who are using Windows laptop. Okay, so that's step number 2. We are done with step number 2. If you have HANA Studio, I'm not sure whether you will be able to use it, because I'm not sure if HANA Studio has got the latest patch to support the ABAP on cloud system. I'm not sure, but I've seen at least some demos they are using HANA Studios, so it should be possible. That's step number 2. After that, come here, get the Eclipse installation from here. Okay, so get it, the Eclipse installation from here. If you click here, you see even Eclipse are now releasing it via year and month. You see 1909. Earlier they used to give the name of planets like Luna, Kepler, Eclipse, Pluto, Atom, lot of different names. And now they are also started giving the names of releases with 1909. So 2019-09, you see Eclipse installer 1909. So now here you just download the relevant Eclipse for you, be it Mac, Windows or Linux, based on whichever operating system you have. All of three are supported. So download for 64-bit Windows. I have downloaded it already and I have got it in my computer. After you download, please use WinRAR software to extract this. So please install WinRAR software and extract the zip file somewhere in your computer. So download WinRAR and extract the zip file in your computer. You will get an Eclipse folder created in your computer. After you do that, you need to download also the ABAP development tool. So what I did is I already downloaded ABAP on Eclipse. I've downloaded Eclipse, and when I launch my Eclipse, I get a blank screen. And now you have to go to Windows. Sorry, you got to go to Help, install new software, and here you have to give this URL, which is tools.hana.ondemand.com 2019-09. You see this one. This exactly this URL you have to give. So you see the steps are also written here. Get instance of Eclipse, go to Eclipse, help, install new software, then choose this, give this URL, and then press enter. Then choose ABAP development tools and choose next. On the next wizard page, choose next, and then accept the license agreement and finish the installation. So these are all the complete end-to-end steps they have already told here on the ABAP place. That's what you all have to do. Just select this, next, next, accept the license agreement and say finish. So this is how you will have the Eclipse environment installed in your computer. Okay, so Eclipse plus ADT. What is ADT? ADT stands for ABAP Development Tools and Eclipse. So first you got Eclipse, run the Eclipse and provide the computer folder name as workspace. So it will ask you a computer folder name where it can store files. Just keep some folder name in your computer. After Eclipse starts, now we need to install ADT, ABAP Development Tools in Eclipse. Without you install ADT, you will not be able to access ABAP systems from Eclipse. So that will be done using help, install new software. For those who already have Eclipse, they need to download this latest Eclipse now. Okay. So those who are in my ABAP on HANA training, they have old Eclipse, just remove that, use this new Eclipse. This is the one which will support only the cloud platform, cloud systems. Install new software and pass URL as this, and then select ABAP runtime, ABAP development tools, accept the agreements, That's all you have to do. Here, everybody, the steps. And after that, Eclipse will restart. And we can see a new perspective called ABAP perspective. So if you're able to see ABAP perspective, then you have successfully installed the ADT in your system. So let me just go back and show you where can you see ABAP perspective. So if you click on Eclipse here, this button, open perspective, you will see ABAP perspective. Just select that, and that's all. That's all you have to do. Now, there is also a question about HANA Studio and Eclipse. Anubhav, what is the difference? Please watch my YouTube video on that. Just show you the link if you are not clear about what is the difference between HANA Studio and Eclipse. And you can see here what is the difference between HANA Studio and Eclipse. Please watch this video if you are not clear about it. This is the most asked question to me. What's the difference between HANA Studio and Eclipse? If you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do that without a fail, so that you don't miss out these powerful videos which are only coming on YouTube. Okay. Now, super, we are done. So let's move on to the next step. So after you got it, just click on this open perspective, and now you would see an ABAP perspective here. This is so important. If you do not have this ABAP perspective, then there's a problem. Okay, just switch to this, and here we will be adding our system in a second. So let me just go ahead and show you. Just right click or just go to file and say new, and you will see an option called ABAP Cloud Project. Choose that.
Anubhav, just a question on this. If we have an S/4HANA on-premise system, can we also connect it to this new Eclipse?
Yes, you can do that. So, for example, you see I have a S/4HANA on-premise here. I can also go ahead and add my OP system as well here. For that, I have to choose new ABAP project, not ABAP Cloud project. So choose ABAP project, and this is your own premise system. Say next. It picks up. Next, give your username, password, and then you can see this is already added here for me. This is my own premise system. You see $TMP, local objects, and stuff like that. These are my users and my system, and I'm free to do everything in this. In this system, I'm free because in own premise system, I can do extension, I can do append include, I can access any database table, I can do any extension of CDS, everything. This is what we learn in ABAP on HANA course. This is what we learned there. So that also you can do that, not a problem. On top of it, now we will access our cloud system. So I go back to file, new, ABAP on cloud project, and now you see ABAP on cloud, ABAP SAP Cloud Platform, Cloud Foundry environment. You can also directly give in a service key and process, or you can also choose the option number 1. Go for option number 1. Select which is the data center. As you all know, we have yesterday created for Euro Frankfurt. It automatically picks up the endpoint and not ask me to enter my email ID. So anubhav.abaponcloud@gmail.com. That's what we have given, and I will just enter my password and I will say next. And now it will load all the information from there. Looks like my password is not correct. I say next. So it will go and load everything. So why it's giving an error? Please check your provided connections, settings, and credentials. Yes, we have given anubhav.aoc@gmail.com. It's correct only. Why it's giving me an error? Just check that. No, it's not a. Okay, then let's take service key. So go back to service key, say next, and we're gonna import the service key over here. So we go back, and I'm gonna copy this service key. Control A, Control C. Go back, and I would say import service key. And okay, it's asking to import via file. I can just paste the service key directly. No need to import via file. See, I pasted my entire service key. Say next. And now it's going to authenticate once with my user. Voila, You see it's launching the cloud platform, Cloud Foundry account, sub account, asking me to enter my credentials here. You can also log on via browser. So just say log on via browser. It launches the Chrome browser for you. And now here also you can enter anubhav.web on cloud, your email ID with which you register on cloud platform, credentials here, say log on button. Now this will log you in to the cloud platform. You see it has successfully logged you in, authenticated successfully. Awesome. I'm going to close this. In the meantime, I'll go back and voila. Now you see it has got me a TRL system. You see this is called trial system, TRL, with client as 100. It's an ABAP system, ABAP platform in the cloud platform. And now you see user ID is CB something. This is your actual ABAP user ID, which is created in SU01. SU01, okay, that's your ABAP user ID which is created in SU01. So as I told you, there is a system which is created. In this system there is a user which gets created. The system is already there. System is not going to prepare a new system for you, rather it's just going to create a user for you when you create an instance. I'm going to save this URL because this will be very useful for me in the future. So you see this service destination URL, very important. I'm going to save this actually. Can I copy that? Is it possible? I just click on it. Okay, now I can copy this. Copy. Save this somewhere on the. So this will be unique for you. For you, it will be different. For me, it's different. I'm gonna store it in the PPT only. So this service URL is very important. For you guys also, service URL is important for your account. So use your own service URL. Just store it somewhere. Just like you stored yesterday the P number. Just store the service URL somewhere, because later on we will be using this, guys, to access our system, basically access our services which we will build. And this is your CBE user ID, which is fine. You can say next, and all looks good. Then it is just validating, and you see it's going to get you a package which is okay, and say finish. And now congratulations, guys, you can see I have added successfully my cloud platform trial system to my ABAP development tools in Eclipse, where I can now access the ABAP environment in SAP cloud platform, so-called Team Punk. Yeah. Now what you see here, two trial guys. Basically before our today's class, I also prepared for today's class. I need to prepare and work myself to showcase you these stuff, right? So I have created with another email ID, another cloud trial account, and you see the CB user is different. It's CB00523 and mine is CB00268. So both of these users belongs to same system actually. And you will realize the moment you open this hierarchy, you will see packages local, and you see hell lot of packages here which clearly indicate that you are not alone in the system. Are you all clear that what's going on here? System is just creating a user for you. Okay, it's just creating a user for you in the system. Is that clear, every one of you, what's going on here? Yeah, is that clear, every one of you, what's going on here? What system is actually doing it? It's just connecting you to the ABAP trial system with your user ID.
Anubhav, do we have access to all these packages that are already there for
Yes,
other users? Can we kind of do changes to that?
System. It's a shared trial system. You can just go and access any of the objects, and even you can change. This is a shared system. Just like in your company, when you access your on-premise environment, okay, when you access your on-premise environment, you can go ahead and change other developers' objects, other developers'
So
packages.
there is no security maintained by SAP on the trial account wherein other users cannot change your own objects, right?
Even in on-premise system, there is no security, right? When I go to on-premise system, this is my on-premise system by SAP, I log in.
Yeah,
Do
I
you
got
have
that.
a security card? Do you have a security where you cannot change other people's object? Do you have a security here? You cannot change other people's object. I can go to SCAT. I can go open any user and I can change their objects. I can go to packages and I can check packages for, let's say, mob30. Okay, I can just go ahead and open a local object of mob30. I can do that, right? So I just search for local object of another user. So I say local object for another user and I say mob30. Now I will be able to change objects of mob30. Do you have a security there? You don't have that, right? Here also same thing, right? It's the same thing. Now the question comes, Anubhav, what about if I decide to develop something for my company in SAP Cloud Platform? Then this is a risk. Then there's a security problem because whatever development I did, others can see. So for that case, will you go for trial? Will your company go for trial in that case? Trial is just for one developer like you, me to try out this SAP innovation, not for companies. If a company decides to build something on ABAP on cloud platform, they have to buy a cloud platform subscription, global account. And then there will be not a shared instance, that will be a dedicated ABAP instance running on cloud platform. Are you clear? Is that clear, everyone? I hope you're clear. Please answer if it is clear for you. So it's just like OP
Yes,
system.
done.
So you can actually go ahead and change anything. You can even see that so many people developing, you see, lot of concepts which the people are trying out. It's coming very nicely actually. You are learning something cutting edge technology which nobody else knows in your team and in your company. See, you can actually see amazing stuff here. See, people are building a lot of stuff. So let's go ahead and build our first package and program. So guys, we all will be able to develop things. So there are around 1054 packages under this Z local, and that's where I would recommend you to start with your own package. Okay. And you see, I have connected here for this one, and this one has 4036 packages. So see, actually, it's a shared instance. Within the shared instance, there are so many different servers. Please mute your mic.
Um, Why they have different numbers in this one you have 1000 and in the other one you have 4000?
Okay, so understand what's happening. This is your SAP Cloud Platform, and there is this data center of AWS, and there is this data center AWS in Frankfurt. Now, under that, SAP have installed a lot of computers. Okay, a lot of computers they have got. Now, in this world, SAP have already announced this trial. Everybody started accessing the ABAP trial instance. Is it possible that one SAP server can bear the load of millions of users who are now trying SAP Cloud Platform or Web Trial offering? Not possible. So what they did is they have installed so many SAP server with same name as TRL. The system name is TRL only. Okay. System name is TRL. All are TRL, TRL, TRL. And they have added a load balancer here. So whenever you are as a user, cloud platform user is trying to access or create a new service instance, randomly this load balancer will put you under one of the system randomly. Okay. So though the system name we all see as TRL, you will see randomly it will create a user in any one of the system. This is how SAP is balancing the load. That's why though the name is same, you would see I the recently created one has 268 as user ID, but the one which I created yesterday has 523 as user ID. How can today's created is less than the yesterday's one? Because it's created in a different above system. So behind the scene in this AWS environment, there are so many instances which SAP created to give you a trial offering so you can try out. And each of the system, we never know which system we are connected to. We never know. Okay, this is all infrastructure managed by vendor. That's what platform offering is. The whole infrastructure is a black box. You just connect to infrastructure and do your work. You should not worry what's happening. So right now what's happening, to handle this much load, they have so many instances created with the load balancer. At runtime, when you create a service instance, it cannot guarantee you that it will create the user in same system where I have got a user. That's why the packages are also different. So next time when you try, you may not see the same package which I am seeing, guys, in this system, because it's all different. So many system SAP has built in, and these systems you are going to get a user randomly created in one of the system. Okay, I hope this is also clear.
Yeah, fine.
So
Yeah,
load
got
balancing by SAP behind the scene, we don't worry about that. Now, coming back, let's create a package. So I would all recommend you to please use the following naming convention. So we all should follow, so we all don't have a conflict between ourselves. So follow ALS in about training, about trainings, ATS. So just create your package with ZETS underscore XX. XX means your number. Okay, your number. So if you have if you are like, you can assign some random number here and remember your number. So for example, when I'm going ZATS underscore 00. Similarly, you guys, when you are starting, please use your own numbers like 01, 02, 03. If 01 is already there, so use 02. If 032 is already there, use 03 and so on. So XX is the random number you guys have to choose. So create your own package. So I'm going to create everything with underscore 00. When you are copy pasting my code, try out, just change this number 00 with your number. Okay, and accordingly it will work. So let's create our package. So I'm going to create the package under the Z local. Say new ABAP package, and I will say Z Anubhav training ATS 00. So everything I'll be building in this package, guys. You guys can also go. Luckily, if you get a user in my system only, in which I got a user, you will be able to see my package there. Okay, so hopefully please try today only. So luckily you will probably get a user in the same system where I am also developing, so you will be able to check my objects. So please probably try this only today, guys. Okay, try today only so that you get a user in same system, because right now load balancer is talking to this system. Yesterday night it was talking to some other system. So now ZATS 00, I will say package for self learning. And guys, be careful. At times your code may get flushed out by SAP. SAP may delete your code. Be careful. So there is no guarantee here that your code will remain. Also, I would recommend you to take a backup of your code in a notepad file. So just in case they flush out the system, you will have your code safer. Okay, because it's all trial. We cannot guarantee service level agreements here. There is no downtime commitment. There is no savior of your object commitment. Even some other developer can go and delete your package. So you need to be also very sure that you are safeguarding yourself. So save your code in notepad file like I will do it. Say next, and I will say next, and I will create a new transport request here to lock all my development objects under this package. So I will just create a new transport for November. Niche. And now your package has been created. Start with your package. Okay, now I can just right click and say new, and let's start with an ABAP class to try out, like a hello world program we'll start with today. So I'm going to create an ABAP repository object. Another limitation here, you cannot create dialog programs because there's no SAP GUI, guys. You cannot create, even you cannot create a report program also. That's another limitation. Okay, that's another limitation. So what do we do? Don't worry, we have a special provision for you. It's called a class. You can create a class and implement a special interface called ABAP OO run interface. And under that interface, you can go ahead and write your programming code. So let me show you that. Let's go ahead and create a new class. You can create a class here. See ABAP class. Let's create a ABAP class, and I say ZCL hello world underscore 00. See, all my objects are starting with, ending with underscore xx underscore my number. So when you are developing, please use some number which is relevant for you, and next all the time please use your number. Okay, so that way you all will be able to have unconflicting objects. Even we all follow same naming convention, you all will have unconflicting objects. So I will say Anubhav's first class for ABAP on cloud. I'll say next. I'll say finish. So I'm just creating a class now here. So I'll say finish. And this is a new ABAP class. Now what I will do is I'll show you if you want to print something on console. There is no SAP GUI, so you cannot use write statement. Okay. So now what you do is to just add some logic, and you all know that if I run a class, I will not be able to run a class like a program, but SAP is giving you an interface With the help of that, even you don't have a program type of object here, you can still create a class with a logic, and when you run the class, it will run like a program. You can run the class like a program, guys. So for that, we have to use a special interface. Guys, anybody who have done Java programming or C programming, anyone in the room, what we used to write in Java or C to run something, or maybe C programming, what we used to write in C program to start with. We used to start processor directory, hashtag include studio.h. Okay? But later point of time, what is that where you write your code? What is your code container in C? Very good answer. Void main. Do you remember void main? Right, guys? Do you remember void main? Void means this function is not going to return anything. Correct? The void main. Right? Void main function. So void main was a function. So this is what we used to write in C or Java. Those who worked with Java and C in the past know that. This is what we. That's all you need to know. So similarly, SAP is also doing. They are giving you kind of a void main. Let me show you that. So you add an interface. This is a built-in interface. IF underscore OO underscore DT class run. This is what the interface you have. And this is kind of a void main interface. Now in this you will have a built-in method called main method. This is your void main, guys. Void main functionality with the weapon cloud. And now in this I can put a write statement. Yes, I can say welcome to anubhavtrainings.com. Hello world. Okay, that's what we are doing. Save this up. Now watch out, guys, what will happen. See, write statement is not permitted because write statement actually produces a list screen, a SAP GUI like screen. And since SAP GUI is not supported, you see this particular is a restricted scope, this particular statement. So there are many statements which are restricted in scope in a weapon cloud product. This is a cloud system. There is no way you can launch SAP GUI here, which means you cannot do BDC, you cannot do batch update, you cannot do call transaction, cannot do all that stuff at all. There is no SAP GUI. So all what you used to get with SAP GUI is bye bye. It cannot use. So this allows, the weapon cloud allows only usage of whitelisted ABAP statements. We cannot freely use every ABAP program keyword. Now I'll say, no, where can I find the list? What is all supported? Very good. Go to documentation again. So go back. You saw there was a documentation. So we'll go there once again. So I will go back to dev, ABAP trial overview. I will go to documentation. And here you will find the whitelisted ABAP statements which you are allowed to use with ABAP on cloud. So development with Cloud Foundry environment. So there will be a place where you will see all the whitelisted ABAP statements. Development with ABAP environment, reuse service, development user guide, RESTful programming model. You see every documentation is here. Importing code with ABAP Git. You see ABAP Git. We will learn ABAP Git also. So change document number, getting number interval. You see number ranges are also there. So connect to a web system, consuming reuse services. So basically I want to see where can I, yes, user guides for development. Okay. So here somewhere we will see the list of allowed ABAP statements. You cannot use everything of your choice the way you're freely using in S4HANA. Please remember, it is not a solution like S4 or ECC. You are not building the way you're building in ECC. ECC is solution. There you get VBAP, EKKO, EKPO. It's a solution. That's why you get those tables. It's just an environment which is capable of understanding ABAP programs. Yeah, it's just an environment. It does not have solution. It is not having tables. It is not having standard thing. It's just a solution. You say, Anubhav, what is the use? Again, I will repeat the same thing. It is used to build completely new solution from scratch. You can design a table. You can create OData services. You can create CDS view. A complete end-to-end solution you can build using ABAP on cloud. We will see that in coming days. Don't worry about that. We'll see that. You will be more clear as and when we'll go more deeper into the C. So now if I just quickly refresh, oops, still taking time to load. Why is it so? Just maybe try out in another session. So that's where you will find the list of whitelisted above statements. Actually, all the whitelisted above statements will be listed down here, that what are all you can actually support, what are all you cannot support, what are all you can support. Basically, you find that all here. So let it quickly load up. Let's see that. Yeah, okay. So ABAP user guide, CDS user guide, ABAP RESTful programming model guide, ABAP Data HANA DB development guide. You see, all the guides are free for you guys. I click on this and now it takes me to the ABAP guide, ABAP development user guide. And now here we will find somewhere the restricted ABAP statements in cloud. It's huge. Or maybe just drag Google search would help. ABAP in SAP Cloud Platform. I think here we will find a loud list of statements. Is a place actually where we can find the list of statements, guys. Not sure. Let me just search here. Let's check it out. There is a place where I have seen those list of statements for sure, which are allowed in cloud. And you see also we find here the released object types. Only these things are released objects. So you see, you don't find here database table as released object types. So you cannot use database table in your program directly in this ABAP on cloud now. And now in terms of statements also, we should find somewhere the list of statements which are allowed. Released object types, administration operation ABAP environment, getting started, application operation ABAP environment. So there is a place. Okay, maybe I have to check that. So I will get you the exact link where you can find out the list of statements which are allowed in ABAP programming. Okay. So there is actually a place where you can find the exact list of statements, ABAP statements which are allowed or not allowed. Just last search statements only. No, it's not. I'm not able to find that easily. So let me just check that back and I will come back to you where it will show me exactly the list of statements which are allowed with the ABAP on cloud. So at least let's try here. It's another documentation. We've got it. And now overview, dictionary, references. Obsolete, yes, there you go. Obsolete language statements, you see, obsolete calls. You see, some of these statements which are not allowed in ABAP on cloud. I think this is for cloud only. Program layout, naming convention. So you see, all of this is given here. Modularization statement, built-in types. You see, modularization statements. Not sure yet. I need to check it. Okay, guys, I will come back and show you where exactly we can find the complete list of statements related to ABAP on cloud. This is something which I will put it as action item. So where to find restricted ABAP statement. Now the question comes and goes, since write statement is not supported, what do we do to print the data? No problem. If you look at this void main function, just take to the signature of this void main function. So let's open this class. If you find this class, I just copy the interface name, Control Shift A. I search for this class interface. I will go to this interface. You can see that this has something called an out parameter. Okay, this is having an importing parameter, but the name of the parameter is called out. It's an importing parameter. So this is an object again available to you. Using this object, you can print something output. Okay, so you will go back, remove this write statement, which is not permitted. Just comment it out. ABAP syntax is what you can use here. Of course, all is ABAP coding only. So now in this, we will say, please write on the console. There you can write what you want to display. So I would display this data. Save this. We are done. Let's activate. Now we will execute. So guys, execute is F9 here. Okay, you have to press F9 to execute so that you can see this result. So now I press F9 and you can see ABAP console, which shows you welcome to anubhavtrainings.com hello world program. So this is the way I can execute a very simple program. I can build my first program using the class manner, because there's no way you can create an ABAP program also. Now you say, Anubhav, it's very restricted. What will I be able to learn and what will I be able to achieve with this? Guys, trust me, there is a lot you can do, a lot you can achieve with this. We will learn that in our coming days. We will, in our next class, we will start with a managed scenario for this use case, or probably an unmanaged scenario to begin with a RESTful ABAP programming model. With once you learn that, you will realize, yes, it is really very powerful. Though it's giving only restricted statements, though it's not having a complete solution, though it's not having Mara, Marketi, Marcd, all those tables, still it has a lot which we can achieve. We can build complete end-to-end solution. As an ABAPer, you can do a startup also now because it's available in the cloud platform, the complete solution. Now also quickly wanted to show you here Slack queries. So if I do a select star from SNWDPD table, this table is also there because this table has come from NetWeaver. And now if you just see here, select into clause is not supported, so just add into. So all the ABAP code you can write here actually, but watch out, there are limitations which I wanted to basically show you. I just save this, activate this, and you see activation has failed. What is the error? So let's go here and see the problems view. Incorrect nesting before end method. Okay, why it's incorrect nesting? Select star into table. Oh my, sorry. Just do that. Activate this. You see, use of table SNWDPD is not permitted because this is not a released objects. So technically in this ABAP on cloud, you can't even access the basis tables. Like Tadir is a basis table which stores all the ABAP objects. You cannot access that, you see. So not a single table here is allowed to be accessed by you. You cannot access a table. Then say, well, what is the use? You have to create custom tables. your own tables, your own data, your own CDS view, your own data service, your own behavior definition, your own behavior implementation, your own service binding, your own service implementation, your own Fiori app, everything from scratch on your own using ABAP programming paradigm. Are you clear, everyone? Is that clear, everyone? This is the restriction we have. You cannot do that. Yet then, if you want to learn things, what do? SAP has also enabled a data model for you here for trial purpose. Some of these data tables are enabled for you. These are basically coming from flight model. Okay, so flight model tables, SAP has enabled it for us. We can actually use those flight tables to be able to build a solution using some of the standard tables with sample data. So we will introduce the flight model in next class. I will show you how the relationships between these tables are, how these tables are structured, and then we will start trying out basics of CDS in next class first. We will refresh quickly the CDS view concept, and after the CDS view concept is clear, we will move towards managed and unmanaged scenario with RESTful ABAP programming model to build end-to-end application. And then also we will learn how to build our end-to-end applications with ABAP on cloud. Okay. In real world, okay, let's time for your questions then. So let me take up the question. In real world, do we have to build a report using standard tables? How it can be done? It will be done in your ECC system only. If you want to build a real-time report using a standard SAP table, do it in S4HANA, do it in ECC. You will not use ABAP on cloud for that purpose. Never. Okay, never. So you have to create all your tables on your own if you want to use them here. Okay, how do you see the scope of ABAP on cloud given its limitation? It's huge. The first biggest scope is innovation. You can adopt the innovation much faster before anybody else can do. That is the biggest scope. And you will learn about RESTful programming model, even it is not yet available in on-premise today, because nobody can practice RESTful web programming model in on-premise because of 1909 not yet implemented by majority of the companies. Where do you practice it? You can practice it here. Can't we access the table into cloud from the on-premise? Yes, you can do it via the OData services. We will do that scenario also. We will also do that scenario. Using APIs, you can access data from your S4 cloud or S4 OP in the cloud platform. We will be doing that. Why did SAP go for ABAP on cloud when they could have built all of it in S4 cloud? S4 HANA cloud, they don't have ABAP access right away to you. In S4 HANA cloud, you cannot create everything from scratch the way you can do it here. Okay, there are things which are available in S4 cloud. There are yet availabilities of certain things like custom code, but it's very limited capability. If you want to go more beyond the limited capability, you have to choose ABAP on cloud to build a complete cloud solution. Do we still have access to OP system if client is asking for cloud platform? Of course you have to have. So guys, please understand, it's not an alternate of your current S4. It's not an alternate of your current solutions which your company is using. It is just a side-by-side offering by SAP to try out innovations. You need to understand that there are many scenarios in today's world which are not possible in S4 cloud, which are not possible in S4 OP, which are yet possible with ABAP on cloud. If you want to innovate with SAP's latest technology, SAP S4 SAP cloud platform is the way for innovation. Yet because the release cycles of on-premise is yearly, but in the cloud it's every 3 months you get new release. So that's where you can innovate, you can learn things, you can make yourself ready before the new release comes up to the new functionality. It's always cloud first strategy. They will bring the new features in cloud first, later on in the on-premise. So before your company go to RESTful programming model, we are learning it here using ABAP on cloud. There is no other way to learn it. You cannot learn it anywhere else. You can only learn it from here. Yeah. So don't worry. I know these questions are very genuine. We are just in the second day of our course. As and when we will progress, you will see amazing things will surface. And then all these questions related to what is the relevance, is it really helpful, Am I making sense? Is it in the right scope? These all will be answered as and when we will progress our classes, guys. With that, thank you so much. Catch you up next weekend. Have a nice day.